Welcome to video 3.3, Statistics Never Lie, Box and Whisker Plots. In the previous video, we explored two custom visuals for dot plots. In this video, we'll try out one more class of statistical chart, Box and Whisker Plots. Box and Whisker Plots, also known simply as box plots, visualize groups of numeric data using their quartiles, which divide the data up based on its statistical distribution. The box indicates the normal members of the group. The line indicates the mean or average, while the whiskers typically depict the outliers. Let's check it out. Open up Power BI and bring in the report we started last video, or open up Code Files Section 3 PBIX Video 3.2.pbix. We'll bring in my favorite Box and Whisker custom visual. From the visualization palette, click the ellipsis and choose Import from Marketplace. Type box into search and hit enter. We're looking for Box and Whisker chart by MAQ software. Click add, and then when the visual imports, click OK. And let's create a page for this. Hit the plus next to page 1's tab, and right click on the title, choose rename page, let's call it breakdown, hit enter. Now let's drop one of these box plots on the canvas. Let's drag it down to the bottom corner and give it about a quarter of the canvas. For this chart, we'll map stages to boxes. Every row in the column that we drag to access category 1 will get its own box. So we'll drag stage name to access category 1 from cart stages. Box plots group related values and will group by source. So from sources, we'll drag source to axis. This will arrange the boxes along the x-axis. Next, we need to define our y-axis. Our values could be the count of either customers or orders at each stage. They'll be similar. So from cart, we'll drag customer ID to value. We can quickly see that most customers get stuck in the shopping stage. Finally, let's size the dots by order count to reinforce the visual effect by dragging order ID from cart to dot size and then using the drop-down switch to count. The chart might be even easier to read if the stages were arranged left to right. To do that, we'll need to give the chart something to sort on other than the name. To the data pane. As we often do in such situations, we'll create a custom column with text that will sort in the stage order. Click New Column in Calculations. We'll concatenate the stage name to the stage number with a space for legibility. Now, back to the report, and let's use the calculated sorted stage column for access category 1. And then we can delete stage name. Now the bars are ordered by stage, and we can see the number of customers decreasing as we proceed through the pipeline. This is typical of a sales funnel. Now, what insights can we get from this box plot? Pop into focus mode. First off, we see the two sources least likely to get stuck in the shopping stage are web search and affiliate link. The most likely are direct and news app. Let's compare this to a more conventional bar chart. Back to report and click in the visual to ensure it's selected, and then in the ribbon under home, click copy and then paste. Drag the copy by its top edge over to the right and then size it to fit. Change it to a bar chart, making sure it's selected, click clustered column chart in the visualization palette. By default, this is a little lacking in sorting as well. From the ellipsis menu at the top right, we'll try Sort Ascending. That didn't help, it sorted the counts, but we want to sort the stages. Back into the ellipsis menu, choose Sort By and Sorted Stage. Bam, there's our funnel. So, what we see here does mirror what we see in the box plots for the most part. Shopping is the dominant stage, and its most dominant source is direct. The video app is a curiously dominant source for the add address stage. We do see it marked here in the box plot as an outlier right at the tip of the whisker. What we don't get out of the bar chart is the mean and the other statistics. And while technically the bar chart does show the range of values for each stage as the tops of the bars, it's quicker to read the range from the box plot. Now let's take a look at the opposite perspective, grouping stages by source. Click the first box plot to select it. Click Copy, then Paste in the ribbon, and drag the copy up to the top right and we'll make it fit. Now, click to make sure it's selected. We want to swap source and stage. So we'll drag source down below sorted stage and drag sorted stage up to axis. Now we can clearly see shopping is an outlier for every source. It really is an outlier since it's arguably outside our cart funnel per se, and most people, most of the time, just browse. We can also see that shopping distorts the mean heavily. This is especially pronounced for short text app and news app and direct, which have a particularly high chance of customers being stuck in start checkout. We can compare this one to the bar chart too. Click in the first bar chart, then click copy, followed by paste, and drag the copy up into the corner. We'll shrink it to make room, and we want to again swap. So we'll drag source from legend up to axis, and then drag sorted stage down to legend. Here, our shopping outlier stands out as a very tall bar. We can additionally see that for some stages, there's a greater chance of being at shipped than order processing, perhaps the result of a recent marketing campaign. So I would say that all four charts are valuable. As a finishing touch, let's title the two perspectives that we're presenting here. First, make space for titles by dragging the top of each visual down 2 ticks. Next, from Insert in the ribbon, choose Text Box. We'll make our title stand out by choosing Bold and the font Arial Black. The top row is about sources, so we'll call it Customers by Source. Let's shrink the box a bit, and then drag it up to the top. To save some time, we'll copy this one, copy from the ribbon, and then paste, and then drag the copy box by its top edge down to the next row. Double-click Source to select it. This perspective is about stages, so type Stages, and then click away from the box. Nice. Remember to save. Next video, we'll create some more accessible visuals for our front page, funnel charts.